This video quality is gonna suck, but hopefully the audio is decent. Can't sleep, so I've also got some pretty clear ideas. I'm gonna call them theories right now. Got some clear theories going on, thinking about them. So, one of them is giants. Well, let's see. There's the giants in the Book of Enoch, and then let's just call the Titans, the Greek gods, Titans, and so I've been thinking a lot about this lately. So the Greek gods could change form from their giant godly form down to the size of a human, change into any human they want to, change into an animal, change into a mythical creature such as a dragon or a sphinx or a chimera, a bear, a bee, a fly. Okay, so that's one of the things. I haven't read anywhere yet that the Greek gods died or disappeared or vanished. I know that even after Noah's flood, there was still mention of giants or offspring of giants still around. Okay, so that's part of my theory, and this next part's probably going to make more sense. So, if giant men came down, I mean, we're talking, I don't know, I guess if the giant men were shapeshifters and could transform down into our modern day size human and mate with a female of our race, then the children would come out. I don't know, like, how would that work for a giant to mate with a average sized human woman, and for that woman to carry a giant's child in her would, well, first of all, a giant trying to get a normal woman pregnant probably be impossible. I mean, technically, I'm not trying to, but let's say that the giant was a woman. Okay, giant woman. It would be very easy to picture and imagine average sized men falling in love with a giant woman, and average sized man being able to get a giant woman pregnant. And so I'm thinking maybe the giants that came down were not men that made it with women. The giants come down were female giants, or if they were the transformable, say the Titans or the gods and goddesses that could transform, so they could come down and mate with men, and they could have offspring and be medium sized, or half the size of their offspring or half the size of their giant mother would have smaller babies. That makes sense. Like, a giant woman could get pregnant from your average man and have above average sized children. But I don't see it possible for a giant man to get an average woman pregnant, right? So my theory is women, giants, giant women seduced men and got pregnant and had children that were giants, or maybe a little smaller. And so that would be one way that the giants could still be here today. And yeah. So it's like it's Book of Enoch talks about the giants mating with women. I think it was the giants mating with men and having babies. The giants were the ones that were pregnant, and the giants were the ones that had the children. Because the other way just sounds like implausible. Like, I don't, it wouldn't fit. You know what I'm talking about? One, and if the giant was growing, a giant baby was growing inside, a giant fetus was growing inside of a regular woman, it would probably burst her, kill her. She couldn't eat enough to feed herself plus the baby. And it would just make more sense if a giant woman got pregnant by an average man and had offspring. Like, totally, something that's totally possible and believable. The next thing is, I have been studying some of the Greek gods, goddesses, titans, whatever you want to call them. And maybe some of the stuff I was reading was Roman gods. But I haven't read a lot, so I don't know for sure. But I haven't found anything to where these giant gods, goddesses, titans, I haven't found any conclusion to where they left Earth or they ceased to exist. That being said, maybe they're still here. Maybe they transformed into people we know of now as people with a lot of money, a lot of influence, a lot of, I don't know, whatever, you know. Maybe they're still here, just transformed, shape-shifted, like it talks about. You know, they could change form into any face, any creature, probably any race, any sex. You know, Zeus could probably transform into a woman if he wanted to. I don't know. I'm not exactly clear on all the things, but I mean, if they're gods and they can do what they want, I mean, my guess is if they can imagine it, it's possible. So just think of that when you're looking at, I don't know, let's say Trump. You know, maybe there's few people in power that aren't part of the Greek gods or aren't children of Greek gods. But it seems quite possible that there are still some Greek gods, if not all of them, still here, still messing with man, messing with the mortals. They were immortals, right? As described in what I've read, there are immortals and we are the mortals. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. I'll tell you real quick. Immortal means unkillable. No death application, no way to die. I mean, there could be, maybe the queen was one. You know, but I mean, heck, let's just get rid of this image, shape shift to something else, take on a new image. I mean, who knows? Maybe the original Biden that was elected was human. Maybe he was taken out and replaced by somebody just, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for a god to take the form of a president or a king or a queen, and no one's going to ask them for their DNA or their fingerprints or to, you know, and they probably got that figured out too if they wanted their DNA to match the DNA of the person that they're imposing. I mean, what do they got? They've got all the power in the world, and all their imaginative, whatever you can imagine is probably possible. So yeah, that's it. And I'm just a nice guy with the phone and YouTube, and I have no credentials, no fear of being criticized. Somebody wants to say something like, that is crazy bullshit. Don't you read the Bible? Yeah, I do. I try to read everything though, because, you know, the Bible seems like one part of the story. Just like we know there's the book of Enoch, there's other scrolls and other things of history, or, you know, and then we gotta just take it for granted and trust that the translators don't have an agenda. I mean, the people that read it in its original language were probably doing what they were supposed to, but how do we know that the people that translate don't have an agenda? Or maybe they're just being guided by the wrong things and given the wrong translations, you know? Something, I don't know. Something's keeping me awake and making me want to do this little video. It's mostly audio because, like I said, my camera's not doing so good, and it works when it wants to, but I'm hoping that my voice can be heard. And with ears to hear, even a blind person can understand when someone's talking to them. So I think that's about it. I only in about 13 and a half minutes here. I'll just say a quick prayer. To the best of my remembrance, I probably won't get it right, but here goes. Our Father, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, and forgive those who sin up against us, and protect us and keep us from evil. In your Son's name, Jesus Christ, or some people like to call him Yahushua Yamashiach. That's all I got. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, you really got some good patience, and thank you. All right, peace out.